Well, this is both a retraction and a big thank you. Just finished my second and last small coffee of the day. At least over here I can get fresh ground, fresh brewed, and do it just exactly the way I. This is a thank you to Dan. Well, it's styled Alicia and Dan. Uh, if I seem kind of miffed at your generous donations, I apologize because I really hadn't looked. When I finally looked past the mouthwash and the water bottles, at the bottom of that bag is like a full carton of, pardon me, of those chemical uh, pocket and hand warmers and stuff that you can actually are small enough to put in a glove, like a good thermal glove. Which actually I've spotted a pair at Walmart and I've tried them on. They've got several of the like extra large deals that actually fit. My point is that only last night did I find another good layer, insulation layer. That's why I'm not uncomfortable now. That's why I'm not all robed up, even though it's still around like 40 degrees or something. It'll be a while for you. God, I keep getting that weird feeling in my shoulder. It feels like somebody's touching my shoulder, but actually it's just the muscles slumping because I'm trying to train that shoulder to. Anyway, Dan and Alicia, that carton of, I was thinking about getting some of them anyway for really, I'm already set up to do a 0 degree night, technically a 0 degree morning. And with that huge box, trust me, that's not going anywhere. Nor the water, I really don't. And nor the mouthwash, that's definitely all keeping. But those, and the cardigan, button-up cardigan that's really made of kind of this really cool.
Breakfast sandwich?
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Yeah, thank you. Bacon Gouda sandwich. Actually, that's edible. Starbucks does sell edible food that doesn't make me sick. I will probably eat it, although it's warm now. Anyway, the cardigan I bought has outside pockets that are real high so they won't slip out if I'm laying down or turning over. And on the inside of the cardigan is what you would call kind of like shoplifter pockets, interior pockets that are perfect to put those heaters in with another layer on it over it to hold in the warmth. I've done them before. Used them before. They work, and they work for hours with stuff. I think it's an iron-based reaction. It's an iron compound in there. I don't remember the formulation. But yeah, thank you so much. I was thinking about buying some of them, but you gave me a whole case of them. It must have set you back like $50. Brand new. And yeah, I'd be saving every one of them. I could actually, with that, I could handle 0 degrees with blanket in my oversized sleeping bag, which was a gift from a young lady, 40 by 80. I could do 0 degrees for 70, 80 hours with no problem. Just stay in the bag and have a little something to munch on, and you really don't want to be drinking ice. You have to keep a bottle of water or drink inside your bag, just like your fuel. If you ever been mountaineering, you have to keep butane, that sort of stuff. Now I use propane. There goes that feeling again where my shoulder just slumps, like somebody's putting their hand on my shoulder in kind of a loving way. So yeah, dude, I've got a lot of like mountaineering and outdoor experience and stuff like that. And one of the first things you learn is before you zip up that bag, you put your what's the name of those? You can't find them anymore. It was the best, perfect little mini stove, and they ran on butane, and they had what they call a rosebud valve on it that when you shove the the pen into it, it gets past that rubber valve and lets the butane out. They only came in like 6.5, 7 ounce little canisters, and I'd always keep a couple of them. Hank Roberts, I think is what it was, mini stove, awesome thing. And to always keep. Actually, I'm going to try to finish this with it. People talk about, you're talking about the hobos, how they've had times they've had to drink their urine and shit. I like to try to put a story in on everything. If you ever been mountaineering, there's a lot of things you learn, like keep your fuel. The only thing that won't freeze it, the only fuel that's liquid, butane is liquid at that point, stuff, and propane too, or a butane lighter will freeze at 15 degrees. If it's 15 degrees inside your sleeping bag, you're dead too, right? So, and you keep some water in there. When you're mountaineering, you keep a 1.5 liter bottle. That's your dirty water bottle, which at night you don't get if you're hanging off the side of some mountain, you ain't getting outside of your sleeping bag, your bivouac sack, or whatever. If a tent, how do you tack a tent onto the side of a mountain? You don't zip that up and pee out. You pee in your dirty water bottle and then chuck it out, or you can filter it. It's, a long time ago, the Swiss make an excellent silver impregnated, it's catadine. They had a distributorship based in Scottsdale, Arizona. You used to be able to find them fairly easily, but the Swiss make the catadine manufacturer. They used to make what was the standard for laboratory purification of water. A sub, micron, 0.2 of a micron. If you're going even 3, you're starting to silver impregnated. That silver will kill any little tiny virus maybe passing through at high pressure through that. Although they have drip, and they're awesome. And I got a pretty good deal on mine. Eventually ended up selling it because I knew I was about to end my mountaineering days. But in the morning, you can actually take salt water, you can take urine, and you can turn it into drinkable water using a catadine ceramic. Lasts forever. It comes with a little brass brush to brush out. So, but sometime during the middle of the night, because your body's because the bottles are shaped the same way, and I've been known to in the middle of the night mistake the dirty water bottle for the clean water bottle and take a swig. And the first time I did that, I went like, hey, that's kind of like a nice salty broth. So if you think that drinking your own urine, which is sterile, if you have a bladder infection or something like that, or you're going to know it already. It may not be sterile then, but the water in your bladder coming out of you has been highly filtered by your kidneys. It's sterile. And there's like probably 100 million people in India that practice urine therapy. They recover a lot of precious minerals and vitamins, water soluble vitamins, by drinking their own urine. And trust me, if you're fairly well started out hydrated well, it tastes just like kind of a warm, salty broth or whatever. It ain't that bad. Any miner will tell you that as soon as you have a cave in, the first thing you do is start pissing in your helmet, because you don't know when they're going to get to you. You might have water, but after it's been run through you piss in your helmet and save it for the end to keep because sometimes when you get really dehydrated, it's hard to breathe. So once again, thank you, Alicia and Dan, and that will not be going in the dumpster. Guaranteed, 100%. Thank you so much. That was thoughtful, and that's highly usable, and I approve of that product. So that's it. 10 minutes, not quite, and I'm out.